The Mazda CX-50 was supposed to be the perfect compact SUV, but the reality is a little bit different. Simply, it can't fill the shoes of the old CX-5 due to several design compromises and a couple of serious issues. Let's check out 8 reasons why it sucks to own a Mazda CX-50. Number 8. Rivals are more comfortable and practical. Let's start with something that hits you right in the wallet: space. The CX-50 is promising you a spacious family hauler, but when you actually measure it against the competition, the numbers are embarrassing. Take cargo capacity, for example. The CX-50 offers just 31.4 cubic feet behind the rear seats, while the Honda CR-V gives you a massive 39.3 cubic feet. That's nearly 8 cubic feet of difference. Enough space for several large suitcases or a week's worth of groceries. But it gets worse when you fold the seats down. The Toyota RAV4 provides 69.8 cubic feet of total cargo volume, compared to the CX-50's measly 56.3 cubic feet. That's a difference of over 13 cubic feet. The Honda CR-V crushes it with 76.5 cubic feet. So if you're planning family road trips or need to haul anything larger than a few shopping bags, the CX-50 is going to leave you frustrated. The passenger space isn't much better either. While Mazda claims the CX-50 is spacious, real-world measurements tell a different story. The rear legroom might seem adequate at 39.8 inches, but rivals like the Honda CR-V offer 41.0 inches. That extra space makes a huge difference on longer drives, especially if you're regularly carrying adult passengers in the back. Number 7. Hybrid offers disappointing experience. Here's where things get really frustrating for Mazda enthusiasts. Mazda built its reputation on creating vehicles that are genuinely fun to drive, cars and SUVs that make you smile every time you get behind the wheel. But the CX-50 Hybrid completely abandons that philosophy. The hybrid powertrain relies on a CVT transmission, and if you know anything about driving dynamics, you know CVTs are the enemy of engaging performance. Instead of the crisp gear changes and responsive throttle that Mazda is famous for, you're getting that rubber band effect that makes acceleration feel disconnected and artificial. This isn't the Mazda driving experience you're paying for, but the disappointment doesn't stop there. While the regular CX-50 can tow up to 3,500 pounds with a turbocharged engine, the hybrid variant drops to just 1,500 to 2,000 pounds. That's a massive reduction in capability. Even the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid manages 1,750 pounds, so Mazda is falling behind even in the hybrid segment. If you're buying a crossover for weekend adventures with bikes, kayaks, or small trailers, the CX-50 Hybrid is going to limit your lifestyle. Number 6. CX-5 is simply better. This one is going to sting, but it needs to be said. Despite Mazda launching the CX-50 as their newest and most advanced compact crossover, buyers are still choosing the older CX-5 in droves. And there's a very good reason for that. The CX-5 is simply the better vehicle. First, there's the build quality difference. The CX-5 is manufactured in Japan, where Mazda's quality control standards are legendary. The CX-50, on the other hand, is assembled in Alabama, and the difference in fit and finish is noticeable. Owners report tighter panel gaps, fewer interior rattles, and an overall more refined feel in the Japan-made CX-5. When you're spending $30,000 plus on a vehicle, these details matter. The CX-5 also offers better value for money. While the CX-50 starts at around $30,300, the CX-5 provides similar features and better build quality for less money. You're essentially paying more for a vehicle that's been assembled with lower standards. Plus, the CX-5 has years of proven reliability data, while the CX-50 is still working through its growing pains. Number 5. Unintuitive infotainment system. Modern SUV buyers expect their infotainment systems to be as intuitive as their smartphones. Unfortunately, the CX-50 system feels like it was designed by engineers who've never actually used a touchscreen. The primary method of navigation is through a rotary controller in the center console, and it's as frustrating as it sounds. Want to change a radio station? You're scrolling through that dial. Need to adjust navigation settings? More dial scrolling. The touchscreen functionality is essentially disabled unless you're parked or using Apple CarPlay. This means you're stuck with Mazda's clunky native interface for most driving functions. But the problems go deeper than just the interface design. Owners are reporting persistent glitches, screens freezing, delayed responsiveness, and Bluetooth connectivity issues that require frequent resets. Compare this to the straightforward touchscreen interfaces in the Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4, and the CX-50 feels outdated before you even drive it off the lot. Number 4. Not the cheapest model in the class. Here's a reality check that many potential buyers aren't prepared for. While Mazda markets the CX-50 as a value-oriented crossover, the pricing tells a different story. The base model starts at over $30,000, while competitors like the Toyota RAV4 and Honda CR-V can be found in the high 20s. That's a premium for a vehicle that offers less space and not exactly perfect reliability. But the real sticker shock comes when you start adding options. The price jumps are aggressive and steep. Move up to higher trim levels, and you're quickly approaching $40,000 for what's supposed to be a compact crossover. At that price point, you're entering premium SUV territory where German competitors offer superior luxury and performance. The standard all-wheel drive might seem like a value add, but most competitors offer it as a reasonably priced option. You're essentially being forced to pay for a feature you might not even need, especially if you live in a warm climate. When budget-conscious buyers are shopping in this segment, every dollar matters, and the CX-50's pricing puts it at a disadvantage from day one. Number 3. Ride quality issues. Mazda's obsession with sporty handling comes at a serious cost: comfort. The CX-50's suspension is tuned to prioritize corner carving over passenger comfort, and the result is a ride quality that feels harsh and unforgiving. When you hit bumps, expansion joints, or rough pavement, you're going to feel every impact. The problem gets even worse if you opt for the larger 20-inch wheels. These low-profile tires provide almost no cushioning, turning minor road imperfections into jarring experiences. Some owners describe the ride with 20-inch wheels as exhausting on longer drives. Even Mazda acknowledged this issue and implemented suspension tweaks last year, essentially admitting their initial setup was too harsh. Compare this to the Honda CR-V, which soaks up road imperfections beautifully. The CX-50's torsion beam rear suspension simply can't match the comfort provided by the multi-link systems found in key competitors. If you're planning to use this vehicle for daily commuting or family road trips, the harsh ride quality is going to wear on you quickly. Number 2. It's not bulletproof reliable. Mazda used to be synonymous with reliability, but the CX-50 is challenging that reputation. J.D. Power consistently rates the CX-50's reliability as just average, which is disappointing for a brand that built its following on dependable vehicles. Even more concerning, Consumer Reports has given the CX-50 lower reliability ratings than many owners expected. The issues aren't just theoretical. Real owners are experiencing problems. Infotainment glitches are common, with screens freezing and requiring system resets. Some owners report sensor malfunctions and minor electronic gremlins that require multiple dealer visits. Early models experienced premature brake wear and rear differential noise issues that shouldn't occur in a new vehicle. Perhaps most telling is the technical service bulletin addressing transmission issues. When a manufacturer has to issue official guidance to dealers about known problems, that's not a good sign for long-term reliability. The newer hybrid variant, despite using Toyota's proven powertrain, has already seen reports of fuel pressure sensor failures requiring extended repair periods. Number 1. Next generation CX-5 is coming. Here's the final nail in the coffin for anyone considering a CX-50 purchase. The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is currently in development, and it's going to make the CX-50 completely irrelevant. Spy photos show a more modern design, and reports suggest Mazda is addressing every weakness that has made the current CX-5 superior to the CX-50. The upcoming CX-5 will feature improved build quality, better interior materials, and more refined driving dynamics. It's also likely to maintain that Japan-manufactured quality that current CX-5 owners praise. So why would anyone choose the compromised CX-50 when a better Mazda alternative is just around the corner? Think about it logically. The CX-50 was supposed to replace or supplement the CX-5, but instead, it's proven that the original formula was superior all along. Now Mazda is doubling down on that winning formula with the next generation CX-5. Buying a CX-50 today means you're getting a vehicle that even Mazda acknowledges isn't their best effort in this segment. The timing couldn't be worse for CX-50 sales. Smart buyers are going to wait for the proven winner to return in improved form, rather than settling for the disappointing alternative that's currently sitting on dealer lots. Want to hear more about the upcoming next-generation CX-5? Check out this video about the reasons why waiting for the 2026 Mazda CX-5 is a genius move, which you can now see on the screen. It's getting a new design, improved build quality, new powertrain, and many other things that will once again put it at the top of the segment.